So welcome to the first workshop on AI and serverless computing, but it is not our first workshop. This is going for almost 10 years that we are researching serverless computing, but we think we should focus more on the emerging trends, and then why we renamed it to make very clear it is not just about serverless computing, but everything related to AI and serverless computing. If you did not join us in the mailing list, if you are interested in those topics. By the way, all the slides that I'm showing right now, they are available from our website, from the program. You can just click and get, so you do not need to copy anything from the screen. Everything will be available online. And we also advertise that in 6 months from now, we will have the second workshop on AI and serverless computing. So if you think those areas are interesting, you have something you would like to share, we really encourage you to consider submitting either paper or just your work in progress, demos, or anything else you want to share with the people interested in those subjects. And also join not just mailing list, but our Discord channel to share any news. So why we are doing it? It's not only that serverless computing is old and solved problem to some degree. I think it is now accepted in cloud computing that serverless approach is very user-friendly, developer-friendly, and that's what people want to use, not worry about servers. They want to get their job done. And that's also very similar with AI. If it works, it should be able to do magic for users without worrying how to allocate resources, what is happening with the scheduling and so on. And this is all also expanding to other areas, not only in cloud, but pretty much everywhere. Serverless approach is now winning in IoT, edge computing, and many other places. Why AI, you may ask? Well, AI, it's a lot of things, but you still need to run it on some servers and then hide those servers from users. So it becomes really very similar to serverless computing, where you are worried mostly about how to provide value, and then users get that value, but they only pay for what they need, and then they leave all the hard work of keeping servers running, optimizing, and so on to us, or academia or commercial providers. And then again, we think that those topics are really worth discussing, and we will be starting very soon. The workshop is a mix of keynotes, talks, and demos. Keynotes are 30 minutes long with time for questions. Talks are 10 minutes long and demos 5 minutes long. I said in the beginning, but maybe I did not emphasize, everything will be recorded. And if you want to talk more or ask questions, ask them in Zoom, interactively, and you can also raise questions in Discord channel. As far as the mechanics of the talks, I will, for remote speakers or local speakers, just 1 minute before your talk time is running out, I will play the duck quack sound. It is, I think, much nicer than playing, the beep, like electric beep. I think you should be able to hear it now. Yeah, so if you hear that quack quack sound once, that means you have 1 minute left in your talk. If you hear multiple quack sounds, quacking ducks, that means you are reached your allocated time. Please, if you are a remote participant, use the Zoom raise hand. You should be able to find it at the bottom in the toolbar. Or put your comments in Zoom chat so we can see it. And of course, if you are in the room, you can just physically raise your hand, and Luis or somebody will make sure your questions is heard. And then I would only add here, if you are in the room or Zoom, join if you did not join our mailing list. And then now we are going to do the interactive part. We really want to hear something more from you. So I think, Pedro, you will be sharing your screen, right?
Yes. Let me share my screen. Okay. Okay. So, well, first of all, can you see the slides? Yes.
Yes.
So,
Perfect.
then, well, first let's review a little. This is a classical thing we do every workshop. It's to ask you, the people coming here, like the researchers on serverless, what is what are the main challenges in serverless computing? What is the future of serverless computing? So we have here in the slide some results from previous years, from 22 to 24 here. And of course, you see state. I mean, state was present in all of them, like cost, like call starts. I mean, function as a service was the really flagship serverless product that we were all using. But there are other interesting things here, like productivity, observability, debugging that we have seen during these years of the workshop. State was always there, and even I can say it is not still solved. Uh, in December 24, people were talking a lot also about vendor locking, call starts, startup latencies, and data analytics. Uh, in last year, June 25, the summer last year, people started talking about AI. I mean, AI was one challenge that serverless computing must address, like GPUs, like adoption, like agents. So this clear trend that we are seeing in this movement to AI, that we are changing even the name of the workshop, you can see here even where in last year WoAIS. And the other question was more about the future of serverless computing. Less people get more speculative. And from 22, people were talking in the beginning about cloud computing, about workflows, about edge. This move to put serverless everywhere, like multi-cloud, like create single abstractions. And then we start seeing AI everywhere. I mean, as the future of serverless, AI, it's really have been detected by us, by the community, that it's really very connected concept that we must deal with. And in December 24, we still had AI convergence with Kubernetes, WebAssembly, overcoming the AI hype, some of them said. And I mean, the future of serverless computing last year was clearly on many AI related topics: inference, agents, GPUs, serverless GPUs, edge deployment, AI runtimes. So we are really moving into the AI era where serverless and AI are clearly converging. In reality, we also included one question last year, merging both. I mean, what are the current challenges for serverless AI, where we are combining these two concepts? We are seeing, like, we had functions in serverless, we have agents in serverless AI, and many of the problems that are here are shared with serverless, because cost appeared 10 years ago, and people doing AI are still worrying about the cost of running AI in the cloud. So complexity also, it's another big problem, debugging. So, I mean, things that we have been doing in this community for many years are now shared, because we are adding the part of AI that it's really converging with the problems that we have. So the main challenges of serverless computing last year were in part shared with the problems that AI is facing. And of course, I mean, the future of serverless and the present of serverless is AI, generative AI, agentic AI, and many other research pathways that you are studying these years. So let's go for your questions. I mean, now it's the moment that you ask us about 26. Where are we now? And I will now launch the poll. So let me start the presentation. You can enter menti.com using this number, and then you can start contributing to this word cloud. This is first, we'll repeat the questions we did last year. So you can now start answering our first question about the challenges of serverless computing today. I will give some minutes for people to Okay, let's wait a little. I mean, we have 10 out of 16 responses. And we are seeing like the traditional things that we have seen during these 10 years. I mean, state and cost have been there during all time. And now we are adding them GPUs that are important and AI. So maybe we can move to the next one. Okay, something is changing.
Okay, we have 19 now. Oh, 20.
Yeah, so I think we can move now. Okay, last question. What is the future of serverless? It's incredible that we continue 10 years, after more than 10 years after the creation of serverless, we see people doing serverless, even in NSDI, in Eurosys this year, you see a lot of serverless papers. So the topic is still a research topic. Okay. Sí. No, they are very interesting. I mean, we have a lot of researchers here on serverless and AI. And I see that WebAssembly and WASM are interesting here for the community for these lightweight containers that could host agents and inference and many other things. But we see a lot of interesting topics here, like agentic AI, edge AI, multi-agents, model serving. Yeah. Server more, I don't know what it's, but it's more serverless. No code and RAG. So I think we can maybe move to the next question, this time we only have 14.
Let's give it 5 seconds more time if somebody
Okay.
wants to press button.
Yeah. Maybe this is more speculative, so people have to think about what is the future, what can we find.
Or think in a way like serverless, will it be relevant to what you are doing in like 5 years from now? Or in what way? Yeah, so definitely AI is at least a near-term future.
Yeah. Okay. I think we can maybe move to the next one. Now, what are the main challenges in serverless AI? And people have already answered some, so this is going fast.
I find it interesting that security is not like on the top.
People don't care. They are going to be hacked by AI.
Or hallucinations.
Okay, so maybe we can move to the next one and then we finish because this is the last one. So people are already introducing some. So I give 5 seconds and we move on.
And we will post those like screenshots of those into Discord, right, Pedro?
Yep. I will capture them, and every year we are reviewing them. But yeah, we will share them. I mean, the community can get feedback and inspiration from these word clouds. Okay, let's move to the next one. And this is already also a speculative one. How can AI be leveraged for research activities? So there are very interesting papers like Barbarians at the Gates from Berkeley and others telling us that we can really use AI for research. And even if you are not using AI, maybe you are behind others that are using AI. So what are the uses for us as researchers of AI and in systems research and serverless AI research? What can we do with these tools?
Yeah, in what way they will either help us or will create new challenges for doing research. And not just about like serverless computing or cloud computing. In general, I think AI will be leveraged to do any kind of research in academia and outside of academia. But will it, produce the results like AI slop and things like that? To what degree we will have to have a new tools?
It's hard to say this in one or two words.
Write even 2 or 3 words.
Yeah. No, there are interesting ideas here. I mean, prototyping, of course, and coding will be super important. Paper writing, everybody is using it to improve it. Uh, Paper reviews, I would also put my option for that. I mean, it's doing very useful reviews of your papers to iterate and improve your work before having official reviewers. And conferences that are being swamped by papers, they can use this as an additional thing. But also, I mean, reproducibility. I mean, if you want really to reproduce results and compare with the state of the art, using AI to run this could really simplify a lot. How can you reproduce and compare with the state of the art? So it's, yeah, a lot of interesting ideas here. Automation, surveys, yeah. Replacing PhD students, I wouldn't say that.
Maybe
I see,
augmenting.
I see that replacing PhD students, I would say you can have your PhD agent, but not to replace the humans.
Well, you could have hundreds of the PhD, assistants. So
Everything we are screwed. I mean, this is the pessimist take. Yeah, very, very interesting. I really like to see the ideas of people here, and I share many of them, except about replacing PhD students.
I heard this term, I don't know if you know it, IA, intelligence augmentation. AI plus IA, maybe that's the future, but we see.
Yeah. Okay, let's give like 5 more seconds, maybe.
Just don't think too much. This is wisdom of crowds. You do not need to come up with the best answers.
Yeah. No, but this word cloud was interesting. This question, we should ask it every time, and it's very interesting what they said.
And it also shows that those tools becoming real now. It's no longer like theoretical research into AI. People are using those, and some works very well, some maybe not so well.
Yeah. Okay, let's finish here. So if I continue with the presentation, or I mean,
Yes, go to the next slide. Yes.
Okay, so then we have another submission in 3 months. So we are collocating the next edition of the workshop with the ACM Middleware Conference in December in Tarragona. We are hosting it here. So I really invite you to submit to Middleware, but also to WoAIS2 conference, to the conference and the workshop. So this is in September, where we will have our deadline for the workshop. We are also interested in your feedback, of course. So you have here a Google feedback form where we can leave any comment to improve our workshop. We also have in Discord our channels to communicate.
And the Google form is anonymous. I mean, you can log in using VPN if you're really worried that we would be tracking you. We are not tracking you, but...
Yeah. And I think you can continue, Alec, here. So thanks for your time, and we will go to the keynote in the next moment.
So
Alec, can you add something here?
Yes, so please, if for whatever reason you are still not in Discord, please join the Discord. So, ask questions for the keynote talks and demos. And I think we can now go to our keynote speaker.